This place looks empty, but it isn't. Something lived here, something died here, and something is still buried here. For thousands of years, the sand has been hiding the truth. Not a legend, not a myth, a real history, erased by time. What you are about to see changes everything we thought we knew about Earth. For most of history, humans believed deserts were empty. Places where life failed, where nature had nothing left to say. And no desert on Earth seemed more lifeless than the Sahara. An endless ocean of sand, burning sun, silence stretching beyond the horizon. If you stood here, you would think nothing had ever happened in this place. But that assumption is one of the greatest mistakes in geography. Because the Sahara is not empty. It is a vault. Beneath these dunes lies a story older than civilization itself. A story hidden not for centuries, but for millions of years. Rivers once flowed here wider than the Nile. Entire cultures lived and disappeared here. And creatures ruled here long before humans ever existed. The sand did not erase them. The sand preserved them. Today, satellites allow us to see what no explorer could ever understand from the ground. And what they revealed changed our understanding of Earth forever. In 1965, astronauts orbiting our planet looked down over West Africa and noticed something impossible. In the middle of the desert, they saw a giant eye. A perfect circular formation almost 40 kilometers wide. Concentric rings carved into the land with geometric precision. From the ground, it looked like hills. From space, it looked engineered. For a moment, scientists questioned everything. Many believed they had found the remains of a lost civilization, perhaps even the legendary Atlantis described by ancient philosophers. But geology told a different, and even stranger, story. Millions of years ago, molten rock rose beneath the surface, but never erupted. It lifted the ground like a bubble beneath the crust of the earth. Then time began its slow work. Wind, water, and erosion carved away the softer layers of rock. What remained were perfect rings, not built by intelligence, but by natural laws more precise than any machine. Nature itself had drawn a symbol large enough to be seen from space. Yet this was only the first secret, because further east, scientists discovered something far more disturbing. In Egypt, hundreds of kilometers from the nearest ocean, they found whale skeletons. Not one, hundreds. Entire giants of the sea buried in the middle of a desert. Creatures over 18 meters long, lying where today not even grass survives. At first it made no sense. How could ocean animals exist in the driest place on Earth? The answer forced scientists to rewrite the map of the past. 40 million years ago, this desert was an ocean. Warm tropical waters covered North Africa. Mangrove forests grew along the coast. Marine reptiles and early whales hunted in shallow lagoons. The Sahara was once a paradise, and the whales discovered here had legs. Small hind limbs, proof that whales evolved from land animals that returned to the sea. The desert was not just hiding fossils. It was recording evolution itself. But the ocean vanished. Tectonic plates shifted. Land rose. Waters retreated. And over thousands of years, paradise became dust. Yet humans came later, and they too left evidence behind. Deep in the mountains of Algeria, explorers found cave paintings. Not drawings of camels or sand. They showed rivers, boats, giraffes, elephants, even hippos. Animals that require abundant fresh water. Which meant something shocking. Only a few thousand years ago, the Sahara was green. Grasslands stretched across Africa. Huge lakes filled its basin. Rain fell regularly. Humans lived comfortably here. Fishing, farming, raising cattle. Then the climate changed again. Earth's orbit shifted slightly, a slow astronomical cycle. Rain patterns moved south. Within centuries, the land dried. Rivers disappeared. Lakes evaporated. And entire populations migrated toward the Nile. Some historians believe those refugees helped build ancient Egyptian civilization. Civilization itself may have begun because the Sahara died, but the desert held yet another secret. Modern satellites scanning Libya revealed straight lines beneath the sand, not natural formations, cities. More than 100 fortified settlements, roads, farms, and buildings buried for 2,000 years. They belonged to a people called the Garamantes. They accomplished something astonishing. They created agriculture in one of the harshest environments on Earth, not by rain, but by engineering. They dug thousands of underground tunnels to reach ancient fossil water trapped deep below the desert. An underground irrigation network, kilometers long, built entirely by hand. For centuries it worked. Fields grew, towns thrived, but the water they used had accumulated during the ancient Green Sahara. It did not replenish. Eventually the water level dropped, the tunnels failed, and their civilization vanished, buried not by war, but by geology. Yet perhaps the most violent event happened far earlier. Scientists discovered strange yellow glass scattered across the Libyan desert. To create glass naturally, sand must heat to nearly 2,000 degrees Celsius, hotter than lava. No volcano existed there. Then researchers realized the truth. Around 29 million years ago, a massive asteroid entered Earth's atmosphere above the Sahara. It never struck the ground. It exploded in the sky. The airburst released energy greater than nuclear weapons. Heat instantly melted the sand across hundreds of kilometers. The desert literally liquefied. When it cooled, it left glass, pieces later used by ancient Egyptians in jewelry. Humans once wore fragments of a cosmic explosion without ever knowing. And still, the Sahara is not finished revealing its past, because deep beneath the dunes lies something more valuable than gold. Water. An enormous underground aquifer, an ancient ocean trapped below the rock layers. Water that fell as rain tens of thousands of years ago, still preserved underground today. Modern wells tap into it, sustaining millions of people, but it does not refill. It is a finite inheritance from a greener world. The Sahara teaches a powerful lesson. Earth is never permanent. Oceans become deserts. Forests become stone. Civilizations rise and vanish. What seems eternal is only temporary on a geological clock. The empty desert is not empty at all. It is a library. Every dune is a page. Every fossil is a memory. And someday, long after us,